Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are playing Ratchet and Clank Future Quest for Booty. This is a PlayStation Network game. Came out in the summer of 2008 for the PS3, and what was awesome about it, it was sort of Insomniac did a Ratchet and Clank Future trilogy for the PlayStation 3. Quest for Booty is sort of the second game in that, set between Tools for Destruction and A Crack in Time. And so this sort of gives you a little bit of story what happens after Tools of Destruction. I'm not going to spoil any of that stuff, but it's a really cool little game. I'm going to turn on the subtitles. I think that's all we need here. And so this is definitely a normal Ratchet and Clank game, but it's a little bit more puzzle focused, a little bit more. It's still a lot of combat, because it's a sort of a downloadable game. It's definitely shorter than the mainline disc games that you have seen on the PS3 and even the PS2, and definitely made a couple of little cuts in that sort of style. I believe the weapon levels only go up to 5 instead of 10 like the other future games.
Who gained fame and fortune by ridding the galaxy of Emperor Percival Tachyon and Captain Romulus Slag.
What a cheap shot, I tell ye! Somebody unplugged me controller!
But just as peace was restored to Polaris, his first mate was kidnapped by creatures known
as... Essentially, Clank disappears at the end of Tools of Destruction, and so this is sort of Ratchet's adventure sort of after that. And so here's his buddy for this little game. Here, let's see what weapons we have right now. We got the fusion grenade, we got the tornado launcher, shock ravager, nano swarmers, combustor, predator launcher. Let's try out the nano swarmers, which I always like. Sort of these indirect weapons that let me attack enemies, sort of take them out without having to do much work. So this game looks really good still, even to this day. So get the combustor up. It's sort of his normal pistol that you may be more familiar with. Bunch of stuff on here. Shooting enemies. Got these big giant sort of robot pirates that you may remember from the other future games. Okay, yeah, these are sort of leveled up already. Level 3. You got your normal experience bar for Ratchet himself to gain extra lives, extra like hit points and all that sort of stuff.
The door's locked. Try that bolt crank.
Yeah, I know. I've done this before. Got our bolts here.
This one's mine.
What's away? Fusion grenade. Definitely combat focused right here. As always in Ratchet Clank games, a bunch of destructible stuff. Get you a few extra bolts. I always have to do that as much as possible. Sometimes I don't always notice. I don't always notice what's destructible. I don't know what she's shooting at. I don't really care. Yeah, no Clank here, so there's no gliding or anything like that. I don't know what she's shooting at. Next we need to go up this ladder over here. What's next? Shock Ravager.
Gotta get off this ship.
Okay, I guess that's not a good thing to be doing. Boom. 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 Alright, he's dead.
There's no time to be afraid of heights. Jump on the catapult.
Boom, catapult. Onto this next ship. Awesome. Boom. And this one lets you sort of lock onto multiple enemies, I believe. It might be something you have to level up for first.
We gotta get that pirate off the turret.
There we go. We take the turret,
All clear.
start blowing up stuff. I guess just blowing up these enemies. I was hoping I'd be blowing up this shit.
That fusion turret should have enough force to blast through the door. Portal them.
Okay, she's flying, so that's an unfair advantage. That's just opening up old wounds, you know. Let's see, what else do we have for weapons? Yeah, the nano swarmers are a good thing to have. Well, I threw that in a bad spot. Those guys are not going to be coming over here. Oh. There we go. We leveled up. Got some life here. Good stuff. Oh, okay. What's awesome is that this is sort of, while the Insomniac has sort of experimented with some new style of games in the series since the Future trilogy has been finished. It's, you know, nice to have this sort of game available, which they're sort of returning to that with the new Into the Nexus game, which I'm really excited for. So what do we got blow up? This one, that one, that one. Oh, the guy's shooting at me? Alright, you're dead. Hey. Boom. Blow that one up. What's going on here? Got some more bolts. Okay, I guess we're done. Got a life back. Oh. Right there. Probably climb back up again to the top of this little area. Nope, that's not a way to get up. Okay, some more stuff here. Yeah, so I've been working my way through the HD collection. It's on PSN. So this guy is not paying attention. So here is the tornado. You launch it and use the motion controller, the 6-axis control to sort of control it. So take out some enemies here. Ooh, take them out. Oh. And it definitely isn't all action like this. There are some definitely some quiet moments as you expect in sort of a Ratchet Clank game. Oh, we landed a cannon here. Now they're gonna fire us off.
Get your paws off me!
Oh, she landed right in there too.
Right, lads. To the stones cast tomorrow caverns, and the pythons must be hungry.
Avast, ye scurvy swine!
Sweet eye of a Zuni! It's slag! Scourge of Polaris, Slayer of Darkwater himself!
Righto! And I am...
We'll skip this. That Slag, I believe he was in Tools of Destruction.
And so, the
So there's sort of
Lomax
importance
discovered
to
the
that whole
little-known
thing.
pirate party foul 21
So they
which
fire
states,
us off,
never interrupt a band
get
of
rid of
grown-up
us.
space pirates simply because you lost your robotic mate and seek the assistance of a dead captain.
Ah, skip to the part about the curse.
Whoa! Spoiler alert! We haven't even gotten to Hildefar Island.
So now we're going over to Hulafar Island. I really like the concept of robot pirates. Sort of these sort of race of robots that are all piratey, talking like pirates. Even though there's really no reason that they have to do that. They're just programmed that way, I guess.
Clank!
You're starting to have some
Are you okay? You
sort of
swallowed an awful lot of water.
Please.
visions
It'll take
of
more than
Clank,
a
I
few
guess.
space pirates to stop me.
Still a really
Come on,
good looking game.
Let's check out the island.
Oh, you have no Clank to help you get across that more easily.
My booster pack can only carry one of us. Do your grab boots still work?
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I guess we have the gravity boots. Oop. These dudes. Oh, no weapons. Okay, so that's sort of our point where they've sort of Metroided us here. So, oh, watch out for these things.
Clank! Clank, are you out there?
Darkwater's dead, and there are no ships in Murdergrove. Rusty Pete tricked us.
Hey, he sent us here for a reason. There has to be some kind of connection.
Yeah, just look at that. It's really good looking stuff there. Oh. Okay, I didn't know I could walk on the water here. Okay, so I guess I have to start all over again. I know how to double jump. I've been doing it. There's a bunch of life there if you, I don't know how you died on 3 or 4 enemies like that. I don't know. Okay. I thought I pressed circle. Oh, we're past this. This is sort of one of the cool parts. Whoa.
Hey, maybe you can use your wrench's kinetic tether.
This is sort of one of the cool abilities you get. Sort of this kinetic antenna. Not kinetic antenna. What? Kinetic
you can handle
ability
this
for this
one.
thing. Where you can sort of grab onto stuff, use the right stick to pull it down. Sort of affect the
Nice
environment
job,
in that
Ratchet.
way.
Come on.
I head down to the beach here. This is where it's now, you know, Ratchet Clank. This is a normal Ratchet Clank area. I meet this,
Hey there, young fella. Welcome to Hulafar Island.
mayor of the area, so he tells you what problems they're having. And you go and help them solve it.
What brings you here?
We get little... We use crotchetizer salesman.
Ratchetizers. Well, now, I don't suppose there's much demand for that particular item.
We're trying to contact a friend of ours, but I can't seem to catch a signal. I don't suppose you have a radio tower we could use.
Sorry, miss. We had a supply.
up with her?
of it, but
She's sitting there
someone vandalized
gyrating
it
while he's
last night. But
talking.
help us repair it. I'm sure
Trying
you'd
to get
be
his
able
attention.
to contact your friend. Darkwater? Oh, he was killed years ago. Over there, in Moral Caverns, by his own first mate, no less. What was his name? Slag. Anyways, my constituents would sure appreciate a little help.
Check out the wind turbines. I'll head to higher
You get a little bit of dialogue options
maybe we
there.
can outcompete what we're supposed to
That's
be
something you
looking
don't
for.
really see at all. Beat this guy up. Water here. Dive down here. I'm sure there's something in here. Really nice graphics right there. Some beautiful underwater stuff. You know, we got that little mask, so it doesn't really matter if we stay down here forever. Really good looking game, especially that water. Okay, so what's going on in this island area? Okay, here's the area. I like they show you sort of your path, so you know if you haven't visited certain areas. They want us to go turn on all of these wind turbines, basically. So like a Ratchet Clank game, you go off on these sort of forks in the roads, and they all lead back to your starting spot, so you're never really missing anything unless you want to. Here's the smuggler,
Well, look who's here. Small galaxy, ain't it?
which you met in the original Tools of Destruction.
So, what brings you to Murdergraw, friend? Well, what are the odds? I'm here for a little relaxation myself.
Laying low.
Well, if you need anything, you give me a holler. I just might have something useful for you. Know what I mean?
So what is he doing?
Son, can't you see?
And so if you have anything interesting for him, he'll sort of be activated and be able to offer you some stuff. Stuff to break. One turbine operator.
Oh, dag nabbit. This is the third time this year these old wind turbines have stopped working. It's sabotage, I tell you. Someone's been messing with my equipment.
Sort of space redneck here.
Darkwater. Sorry, stranger. Anyways, my brother-in-law was supposed to come back and help repair these turbines, but he probably went fishing instead. Oh, what?
Alright, so we'll check this out.
Some problem is these here wind Well, yeah, the curse of the undead.
Alright, that's good enough there. We'll give you a little taste of what these wind turbines are all about. Sort of the platforming part of this whole thing. Okay, there we go. So that one you sort of jump on. Whoa. Okay, wasn't paying attention there. Smoke. That very harmful smoke. I guess it's hazardous to your health eventually, but it's not exactly a dangerous thing to endure for a couple seconds. What's going on? There we go. Wasn't locking on like I was hoping it would. Boom. Here's the turbine. Let me do this, and we are good to go. Obviously, this is the first one you find. It's the easiest one. It does get a little bit more devious, and then you'll have to run into enemies on the way there, so yeah. Here it unlocks 2 more paths to 2 of the other wind turbines, and I guess a little secret path in the water. So yeah, that is Ratchet & Clank Future Quest for Booty. It is normally $15 in the PlayStation Store, a little pricey, but it goes on sale occasionally, but for 15 bucks, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good, you know, quick taste of Ratchet and Clank, especially if you're sort of new to the series. This might be a good way to sort of see what's going on, especially with these, especially with the PS3 iterations. The PS2 collection's a pretty cool thing to get if you want to check out those games. If you want something a little more refined, because those first few Ratchet Clank games, it takes a little bit for, you know, the classic mechanics of the series to really sort of come into play. The first game doesn't even have like the level up mechanic and the strafe controls. It's not in there, so yeah. This is definitely a cool little game. Definitely still looks pretty good for being a ooh, how old is this? 5 years old. That's quite old. There are 5-year-old games that look a lot worse than that. So definitely, you know, if you like what you see, you know, get it on the PlayStation Store.